The last time I went to punch somebody, it's very violent.
It's a tough time, and it's tough for the music industry. I think people are so brainwashed. You get up in the morning, you click on the computer, you see all these pictures, and it's all you think of is the picture and the image that you see.
People just push you as far as you allow them. And, you know, I'm learning that you can be kind and be strong.
So some crazy stuff has been going down in the industry lately. Turns out some big shots like Diddy have been caught up in shady dealings, throwing parties to take advantage of young artists. They're all about money and fame, even if it means stepping on others. And now word has it Jay's name in the mix too, and Beyonce's not standing by him.
It's difficult because I had to really learn how to have boundaries and how to have balance.
Rumors are swirling that Hollywood's got a dark side, with big names like Jay-Z and Diddy supposedly pulling strings to make as much cash as possible. They're accused of exploiting young talent, especially female artists, all for the sake of profit. Word is, Ice Cube's speaking up about it, not afraid to shine a light on these shady dealings.
I think you feel better about yourself when you say what needs to be said at the time it needs to be said, and not afterwards where you go home and think, said that.
Ice Cube's supposedly saying that a bunch of female artists have been through some serious stuff, all supposedly orchestrated by Jay-Z and Diddy, and they're not getting the recognition they deserve. According to him, these experiences have made their journey in the industry super tough and chaotic.
They owe a lot of people a lot of favors. The more money you give them, the more you're listened to.
Ice Cube's been hammering home the point that Hollywood's exploitation game isn't just limited to artists. It's got its claws into everyone, including prisoners. And he's not alone in thinking this way. There's this idea floating around that Hollywood's cozying up to big private companies, and they're both reaping the benefits from the unpaid work of millions of inmates. It's a worrying trend, especially when you think about how vulnerable young kids, innocent teens, and especially female artists might be to getting exploited in the entertainment bit.
Judges were into a prison camp. Where were the protectors of the kids at that time?
Ice Cube's not holding back, saying Hollywood's like a making money by putting people through all sorts of hardships. And it's not just talk, there's some serious evidence backing up this scary idea. Whether it's big shot Hollywood CEOs or record label honchos, it seems like those with power in the industry are somehow tied to boosting the prison population. According to these claims, the motive behind it all is as simple and dark as you can imagine.
And they definitely know who they are. A lot of people would be like, what, who? Come on, man, stop playing.
Ice Cube appeared on Bill Maher's Club Random podcast and made some bone-chilling revelations. He says Hollywood executives want people to be locked up, and they help create a whole culture of violence and thug life to make this possible. This isn't just mindless speculation. Anyone can easily see the truth when you look at where the money goes. He spoke very clearly about the connection between Hollywood and the influential industry. Who benefits and profits off our bickering and division? I don't know their names, but if you follow the money, you go high enough, you start to see literally the same people who own the record labels own the prisons. The music industry also benefits from landing naive young people into prisons, and the higher-ups use music to push these people into the lifestyle of Ice Cube spoke about this and said, "It seems really kind of suspicious, if you want to say that word, that the records that come out are really geared to push people towards that prison industry." According to the rapper, the whole industry is involved in creating an environment that makes young people more prone to and violence. A very sinister and elaborate social engineering is at work here in order to make profit off of people's lives.
What, some social engineering going on here to make sure those prisons stay full.
Ice Cube and Bill Maher had a chat on their podcast where they dove into some heavy stuff. They talked about how record label owners supposedly play a role in making violence and life seem cool in their music. The idea is that this portrayal influences young folks to think that lifestyle's the way to go. And sadly, it could be leading more and more youth straight into the justice system, them of a shot at a better life.
Is that the kind of stuff in rap lyrics works as a funnel to get people inspired to do the kind of things that would get them in prison.
Some serious accusations are flying around suggesting that people linked to the case might be into some dark stuff like the occult and even human sacrifices in the past. Recent info's come to light, hinting that there might have been foul play involved. What's really catching attention is how upfront these allegations are. More and more folks are rallying behind the idea that the investigation needs to be opened up again, all in the name of making sure Aaliyah gets the justice she's owed.
No name I won't name. It's up. No, you. You know what I'm saying? And just for Minister Farrakhan, I love you, but the way you that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying?
Kanye West isn't holding back, claiming not just his mom, but many others have fallen victim to some mysterious and brutal organization doing twisted human sacrifices. But here's the kicker. Even with how serious this is, lots of folks seem hesitant to really tackle or question this shadowy force. Kanye, never one to shy away from speaking his mind, keeps on boldly sharing his thoughts, even if they're controversial or touch on what he sees as hidden truths. His gutsy resolve to speak out is stirring up major debates and worries all over again.
People are looking over. You know, the media has run all these stories smearing me for saying, hey, I can't be anti-Semitic if I'm a Semite.
Celeb statements lately have been raising eyebrows, and if you're up for it, there's a weird story starting to take shape. Without coming right out and saying it, some stars are dropping clues that there could be some dark stuff going on in the entertainment, maybe even involving human sacrifices. Kanye West's been especially vocal, suggesting he's not under the thumb of Hollywood bigwigs because he hasn't gotten mixed up in that kind of stuff. However, his cryptic references to a list of individuals possibly under someone's influence raise thought-provoking questions. Kanye seems to be alluding to the secretive Illuminati organization, suggesting that some of its members may be connected to dark deeds. In this enigmatic puzzle of words, Kanye leaves us to ponder the shadows lurking behind the glamour of the entertainment industry. They can't control me. They can control Shaq and Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Beyonce and Jay-Z. Ain't no name I won't say. It's up. Jaguar Wright's perspective on Aaliyah's tragic passing adds a compelling layer to the ongoing discourse. According to her, at the time of Aaliyah's untimely death, Beyonce's solo career was facing challenges, and she needed a breakthrough moment to propel her to superstardom, allegedly with Jay-Z's assistance. Aaliyah's unfortunate demise seemingly provided that crucial boost, ultimately establishing Beyoncé as the queen of many hearts. As Aaliyah's memory fades, questions arise about how long the same individuals will benefit from recurring tragedies. Some argue that accountability for any potential wrongdoing is long overdue. Even fans are commending Jaguar for her outspoken stance in defense of their beloved songstress, suggesting that it's time for justice to prevail in the name of Aaliyah. The complexity of Aaliyah's case is further compounded by her association with R. Kelly. There are circulating claims suggesting that in R. Kelly's trial, some of his alleged victims were coerced into providing false testimony, raising concerns about the fairness of the court proceedings. Additionally, an audio leak has surfaced, purportedly featuring an alleged federal informant stating that they successfully influenced one of R. Kelly's witnesses. These developments add layers of intrigue and controversy to an already convoluted legal situation surrounding the allegations against R. Kelly. Sharon Winbush, a former employee of R. Kelly, claims to have sent the provided audio. The singer's taking his case to the appeals court, hoping they'll either toss out his conviction or give him a fresh trial. It's worth mentioning that in a different trial in Chicago, Kelly got slapped with a 20-year prison sentence back in February. TMZ reported he was found guilty of CP and luring a young person. During the Chicago trial, Kelly's attorney expressed similar concerns, stating that the government's burden cannot be met with the inference of bad character or tendency to commit. You may consider him to be the most immoral, dishonest person on the planet, and that has nothing to do with whether the government has met its burden. At that time, a judge ordered Kelly to serve 19 of the 20 years concurrently with his other sentence. Furthermore, another legal representative for R. Kelly petitioned the judge overseeing his ST case to vacate his conviction and initiate a new trial. The basis for this request is the argument that his trial attorneys displayed incompetence and that the singer was unjustly depicted as a S deviant to the jury. Because the defendant was forced to defend against dozens of uncharged claims of S&A misbehavior, much of it lawful, albeit unpalatable for some, the defendant was stripped of the presumption of innocence and denied a fair trial, attorney Jennifer Bonjean wrote in a legal memorandum filed with the court. Speculations have circulated regarding Jay-Z's potential involvement with R. Kelly's case involving young artists. Reports suggest that Jay-Z played a role in initiating the documentary Surviving R. Kelly, possibly providing financial support for Dreamhampton to produce the documentary detailing Kelly's accusations. This has led some to speculate that Jay-Z may have wanted to bring an end to Kelly's career. If one doubts the credibility of Ronnie's claims about Jay-Z's involvement, another angle may be convincing. It's noted that this case wasn't the first instance of Jay-Z assisting Dream financially. In fact, the rapper reportedly wired tens of thousands of dollars in minutes after she requested help with expenses incurred by protesters demonstrating against police brutality. Given Jay-Z's generosity towards Dreamhampton, it's plausible that he also decided to fund the documentary she was creating. Their long-standing history further suggests a close relationship, possibly contributing to Jay-Z's willingness to support her endeavors.
You know, Dreamhampton was his ex-girlfriend. Dreamhampton wrote his book, the Decoded book. You know, he funded her protests in Ferguson.
The story goes that Jay-Z saw a chance to help Dream by funding her documentary. Not only did it give her career a big push, but it also played a role in bringing down R. Kelly. But it seems like Jay-Z had a bunch of reasons for getting involved, and one of the big ones was a lawsuit that not only damaged his rep, but also cost him a whopping $70 million.
It was a little deeper than the best of both worlds situation. You know, R. Kelly sued him for like $70 million after.
R. Kelly's actions not only disrupted Jay-Z's tour, but also led to a lawsuit that cost Jay-Z millions of dollars. However, the implications didn't end there. Jay-Z understood that if Kelly emerged unscathed from the trial, he might eventually speak out. After all, Jay-Z had his own secrets to protect. Damon Dash, singer Aaliyah's boyfriend at the time of her death, disclosed how Jay-Z pursued Aaliyah, even when she was very young. "I did not know Jay was trying to holler at her, but then it just happened like that. He was trying, I was trying, everybody was trying. He was going hard." Damon even suggested that Aaliyah had rejected Jay-Z's advances or possibly kept him in the friend zone. This revelation sheds light on Jay-Z's long-standing animosity towards Kelly, especially considering that Kelly ultimately married the girl Jay-Z had an interest in. The music executive further disclosed that Jay-Z displayed noticeable resentment once he learned that Damon was pursuing Aaliyah. Damon clarified that he had some feelings about it, but it was widely known. People attempted to portray him as deeply involved with her. Despite Jay-Z sending gifts and making romantic gestures, he was actively courting her. Consequently, both men found themselves exerting considerable effort, coincidentally ending up in the same house on the 4th of July.
So we were both going hard. And we ended up in the same house 4th of July. So we were, for some reason, this day.
Wait a minute, you, Jay, and Aaliyah ended up in the same house?
Yeah.
It was a situation where Aaliyah's attention might sway toward him one moment and then toward me the next. Damon emphasized his consistency in his pursuit of the singer, saying, "But that particular week, I was on top of my game. Everything I said was witty, you know what I mean?" He recollected a specific incident, saying, "I remember coming downstairs and Jay-Z had this sigh. His friends were teasing him and making jokes. However, it appears that Jay-Z ultimately emerged victorious in the pursuit, and reports suggest that he also dated Aaliyah at some point. There are rumors suggesting that Jay-Z was involved with Foxy Brown when she was very young." Wendy Williams discussed this topic, stating, "Jay-Z and Foxy Brown were allegedly a romantical thing. All right, I'll say alleged, but we know, yeah, she hit it before Beyonce. Allegedly. Given the scrutiny and potential consequences he witnessed during R. Kelly's trial, Jay-Z likely understands the gravity of such accusations. This could explain why he funded the documentary at a strategic time, allowing jurors to form their opinions before the trial began. Critics point out the irony in Jay-Z's efforts to bring down Kelly while allegedly being involved in similar behavior himself. This apparent contradiction raises questions about Jay-Z's motives and the complexities of his involvement in the situation. One person pointed out, "Many people already know how dirty Jay-Z is, and considering the fact that he has done so much to so many people, I don't know how he isn't in jail." Another one added, "Say what? Those rappers really should just stop. Jay-Z is always insecure and sending death." He did the same thing to Sean Paul, reggae artist, and Sean didn't want Beyonce. Yes, one more person wrote. Comparing R. Kelly to Jay-Z and Diddy, he didn't K anyone. Jay-Z is problematic. Let him keep K and people. Aaliyah's case will be reopened soon. Peace! Many sources have suggested that Jay and Bey themselves are allegedly involved in such as Yes report suggest that he was involved in the M of his alleged mistress, Kathy White. Ann's. Isn't it crazy how there's almost no info on Jay-Z's supposed side chick, Kathy White, who apparently died in sketchy circumstances back in 2011? But now this journalist Liz Crone is stirring the pot, saying she talked to Kathy before she kicked the bucket. Liz is dropping hints like crazy, suggesting Jay-Z might be in for it. And to make things juicier, old blog posts are popping up with folks claiming they saw Kathy hanging with Jay-Z and Diddy. With all this drama around Diddy, fans are thinking Jay-Z might be next in line for some serious heat.
You want to know what makes Diddy being publicly shamed like this so left?
What's that?
that.
Back in early September 2011, there was this buzz in the local news and celeb blogs about this young woman named Kathy Coriana White. Some outlets even went wild, calling her Jay-Z's supposed side chick. But you know what? The big media were too wrapped up in Beyonce's surprise pregnancy announcement, so Kathy's death sort of slipped past most people's radars. And get this, some of those outlets that were first to dish about it later erased any trace of Kathy from their sites, preferring to focus on Beyonce's pregnancy instead. Sketchy, right?
The night's biggest moment, of course, was Beyonce's pregnancy revelation. First, with some of the press outside the theater before the show.
Rumors started swirling after Kathy and model Claudia Jordan were supposedly seen at a Las Vegas nightclub, chilling at a table with Jay-Z and Diddy or Puff Daddy, or whatever he's calling himself these days. Seems like Kathy had her fair share of gossip swirling around her, which can't be easy to deal with. But that's the price of fame sometimes, right? But if you're feeling like doing some sleuthing and you hit up Hollywood Street King's website, you'll stumble upon 3 separate blog posts from 2010, all about Jay-Z's alleged affair with Kathy White. So in March, Liz Corkin decided to revisit her tweet about Kanye and wrote, "Note the date. Hey Jay-Z, I was the reporter who talked to your alleged mistress right before she died, was MD. I know everything. I know what you did. Go F yourself. Your time is coming. Maybe you and Diddy can share a prison cell together. Justice is coming." While some folks are brushing off Liz as just another conspiracy theorist, others are raising some serious eyebrows. The fact that Diddy was allegedly chilling with Jay-Z and Kathy is already sending off some major alarm bells. According to 50 Cent, Jay-Z isn't going solo in these alleged He supposedly got backing from heavyweights like Diddy, who's been linked to a bunch of alleged shady stuff himself. Diddy's alleged involvement, especially through his security chief, suggests he's got a major role in all this, sparking public worries. Now, there's growing concern for Cassie's safety, especially after she spoke out against the powerful mogul in the industry. People are drawing parallels between her situation and what happened with Kim Porter, fearing history might repeat itself. Kim Porter's sudden passing hit the entertainment world hard, leaving everyone stunned. It was tough to wrap our heads around how such a young, healthy woman could die from pneumonia. The whole situation got even more eerie with the uncertainty surrounding Kim's death at first. The initial coroner's report hinted at toxins in her body and couldn't pin down a cause of death. Then, things got even weirder when the first coroner disappeared. Eventually, another coroner said it was lobar pneumonia that got her. Jaguar Wright, known for speaking her mind in the entertainment, summed up the feelings about Kim's death pretty well.
Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide and they found toxins in her body.
Jaguar Wright subtly hinted at the possibility of certain poisons inducing symptoms similar to pneumonia, implying a potential connection to Diddy in some capacity in the case.
They have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
The case took a seriously creepy turn when the first coroner who released findings on Kim Porter's death was found dead too. Tuffy News TV was the first to break this chilling news.
I've been told that he was the head of the snake into the investigation of the passing of Kim Porter. And not only that, y'all, he was the one who initially found something problematic.
Tuffy didn't stop with just reporting the coroner's death. His industry insiders spilled even more details. According to one of Tuffy's followers, Kim Porter apparently tried to reach her personal doctor but couldn't get through. This struggle supposedly led her to make a huge mistake, the biggest of her life. Word has it that after Kim couldn't reach her doc, she turned to the father of her kids for help, and he pointed her to another doctor. But sadly, despite their efforts, they couldn't save her. What's really eerie is the suggestion that Kim might have had a feeling something bad was going down. Allegedly, she sent a group text to her close pals saying, "He got me," but here's the twist. Supposedly, Diddy's security team confiscated her phone when he showed up at her place after she passed away. There's even more suspicion swirling around Diddy's involvement in Kim Porter's death. Diddy, known for his wandering eye, supposedly cheated with Kim's bestie at the time, Sarah Chapman. And get this, the timing of Sarah's pregnancy lined up with Kim's, which must have been a gut punch for Kim. It's said that this emotional turmoil really took a toll on her health. And to add insult to injury, Diddy apparently showered Sarah with pricey gifts. People are now suggesting that Kim might have hid the things that are now revealed through Cassie. One of the internet users wrote, "So disgusting and wicked. For a man that has daughters, I hope he is still going to be held accountable for all the women he A. Let him share a cell with R. Kelly." Another one added, "He settled very quickly, but my question is this. How long does Cassie have? Diddy settled very quickly and is playing the humble card, but I call He is plotting, and it's a matter of time to see how this really ends. I hope Cassie is protected properly. One more person added, this settlement was announced exactly 3 days after the anniversary of Kim Porter's death. This was a humiliation ritual BC Diddy got out of line. Diddy has faced a recent setback in his personal life regarding his relationship with Young Miami. A close friend of Young Miami explained, with everything going on, Young Miami is choosing to step back for now. The future is uncertain, but for the time being, both of them have decided that it's best to take a break. Young Miami is one half of the popular rap duo, the City Girls, alongside JT, Jatavia Shakara Johnson. The duo, hailing from Miami, Florida, gained prominence after an uncredited guest appearance on Drake's hit single In My Feelings in 2018. Signing with Quality Control Music in 2017, the City Girls made their debut with the mixtape Period in 2018, followed by their first studio album, Girl Code, in the same year. Their music has produced platinum-certified US Top 40 singles, including Twerk featuring Cardi B and Act Up. The duo has continued their success with albums like City on Lock 2020 and Raw 2023. Diddy, renowned as a recording artist and music producer, has been involved in high-profile relationships throughout his illustrious career. Rumors gained traction when Young Miami remained relatively quiet online amidst the allegations and the subsequent settlement. Instead, it seems she was occupied with planning a Friendsgiving ahead of the holidays.
It's my Friendsgiving, guys, and today I'm with my best friend. Saucy Santana! I'm thankful for my baby girl.
Carisha shared visuals from her gathering and showcased some of her guests. However, keen-eyed fans and critics quickly observed the absence of her usual +1 in the footage. Young Miami infused her Jamaican taste into the event, offering a catered menu that included island classics such as oxtail, curry goat and shrimp, rice and peas, mac and cheese, and cabbage. After the Shade Room shared clips of Carisha's event, social media users flooded the comments section with over 11,000 remarks. Some remarked on misspellings in Young Miami's printed menu, while others focused on notable absences, particularly pointing out the non-attendance of Diddy and JT. However, some pointed out his questionable behavior with the girls of this industry. The latest buzz online is all about an investigation into Diddy's crib, all thanks to some legal drama. Sean Diddy Combs started off 2023 on fire, K-ing it on stage at the MTV VMAs, dropping a K-er R&B album that had Grammy buzz, and even talks of him buying up the BET network. But then, things took a nosedive real fast. Later in the year, a bunch of lawsuits hit Diddy like a ton of bricks, accusing him of serious stuff like SA and H. This sudden shift from his earlier successes has definitely cast a dark shadow over his career, no doubt about it.
Music mogul Sean Diddy Combs is accused of a lawsuit by R&B singer Cassie claims that she was in a years-long relationship with Combs that also involved beatings.
Okay, here's the scoop. Word on the street is that the authorities busted into some of Sean Diddy Combs' places as part of a massive federal investigation. According to a top-tier source in federal law enforcement, Combs is smack dab in the middle of a major probe led by the U.S. Attorney for the Southern District of New York. And guess who's leading the charge? None other than the Department of Homeland Security Investigations Transnational Organized Division. So what's the deal? Apparently, it's all about HT crimes.
But again, this could possibly be linked to a investigation involving rapper Sean Combs, the music executive.
This investigation is happening right after some heavy-duty allegations were thrown at Combs in multiple civil lawsuits filed in New York. These suits, including one that landed in federal court just last December, hit Combs with some serious accusations of SA and even ST. But here's the kicker. Combs has been sticking to his guns, vehemently denying these claims every single step of the way.
His attorney calls the lawsuit absolutely baseless and vehemently denies the allegations against his client.
Diddy's rumored infidelities became a pivotal issue for Jennifer. As a prominent music mogul during the 90s, Diddy garnered a reputation as a charismatic figure, renowned for his relentless work ethic and vibrant social life. He frequented night spots, engaging with fellow artists and fans, often extending his outings until the early hours of the morning. His irresponsible and reckless conduct fueled suspicions for Jennifer, who harbored a deep-seated intuition regarding his fidelity. In a 2003 interview with The Vibe, she confessed, "I never caught him, but I just knew." Jennifer even recounted instances where she scoured hotel rooms in a desperate attempt to locate him. The strain on their relationship grew increasingly palpable, and the same infidelity scene goes with Jay-Z also. However, reportedly on the basis of these incidents, Diddy seems to be arrested in no time, and if he got arrested, there will be no escape for Jay-Z too. That's it for today. See you in the next video. Until then, goodbye.